Hey guys, Sarah May from Baja Surf Yoga here, and I'm going to come a little closer so we can chat. Today's practice is all about exploring this balance between movement and stillness, right? I think, the truth is we're addicted to movement. This is why we're having so much trouble in this time of COVID and self-quarantine and staying at home and just being still, right? It's hard to be with that stillness. It's hard to sit with that space. This is why meditation practice is so challenging. So today, I want us to explore a little bit more the presence of stillness and space, and how it's that spaciousness that allows for a more comfortable rise of fluidity and of movement and of flow, right? It's the space that makes healthy movement possible. So we can move away from a movement addiction and move towards a little bit more of an intuitive movement, and a movement that carries with it all the spaciousness that we create in our practice, in the body, through the breath, through the mind, right? So that's today's practice, a little bit of an exploration between movement and stillness. And we will begin with that stillness in a seated meditation at the center of your mat. So let's go. On a block or on a blanket or nothing at all. Sukhasana, easy pose, cross the legs. Roll the shoulders up and back, open up through the chest, find a neutral spine, and just close your eyes and be still. And here, with stillness in the body, turn your attention, your awareness towards breath. And with eyes closed and the mouth closed, breathe gently and patiently in and out through your nose. And notice already any discomfort with stillness as we rest the body, quiet the mind, sitting here present with awareness of breath. Each breath in, allowing it to exist simply as a space between each breath out, and each breath out exists as the space between each breath in. We often say that in yoga practice we are creating space in body, breath, and in the mind. But we're really just opening ourselves to awareness of the space that already exists. Feeling that spaciousness here through the breath as the body remains still. Connected to breath and the movement of breath. Even here, stillness is relative, and there is always movement, always movement. And with breath in, we'll slowly sweep arms above the head. And then with breath out, hands together at the heart center. Repeating this movement with breath in, reach up, get tall, lengthen the arms, the spine. Breath in, hands together at the heart. Inhale, breath, reach up. Exhale, palms touch, hands to the heart. Inhale, lengthening, upward lifting. This time, exhale, forward fold. Crawl the fingertips forward. Find length in the fingers, length in the arms, length in the spine. As you press back a little bit through the hands and send the sits bones, the hips towards your mat. And still aware of the presence of the movement of breath. Crawl the hands back, return to upright. Notice which leg is in front or on top. And then switch, opposite leg in front or on top. Breathe in, reach up, belly up and in as we lift through the spine. Exhale, hands to the heart. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, forward, fold. Extending long through the spine here, through the crown of the head and also back through the tailbone. Breathing into the back body and the back of the heart as we send the hips, sits bones down towards the mat. And then lift the head, the hips. Situate yourself back into Balasana, child's pose. Big toes touching, knees together or out wide. Rest your forehead to the ground. Hands can reach forward or we can sweep the hands back to clasp the heels. And continue this process of breathing into the back of the heart as the body remains still here in child's pose. From child's pose, reach the arms out again towards the top of the mat. And then rise up to all fours for an inhale, cow pose. Heart open, eyes up, shoulders down and back. Exhale, cat pose, rounding into the spine. Puff up the back of heart space. Another inhale, cow pose. Tuck your toes underneath you. And then exhale, cat pose your way back to downward facing dog. And as we arrive in our first down dog here, we'll take a little bit of time to stretch things out. Take the hips side to side or the knees and the ankles as you press length into the spine. Deep bend in both knees or deep bend one at a time. Eventually finding a relatively still downward facing dog with a long, long spine. Look back to the space between your two big toes. And then keep the head hanging as you baby step the feet to the top of your mat, forward fold. Grab opposite elbows, knees bent as we hang through the torso and then sway side to side or front to back. Weight into the heels or the balls of the feet, or play with some movement to the right to the left. Let the neck be long and let the crown of your head just melt down towards earth. Release the arms with exhale breath. Inhale for a halfway lift and then exhale, fold again. Inhale, knees bent, flat back, rise up, mountain pose. Exhale, breath, hands to the heart. And then take a moment to check in with the stillness of samastitihi as we settle an intention for today's class. Intention is to play with this balance between movement and stillness, to notice our reaction to stillness. We inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, breath, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Breath out, step back to a high plank hold. Press through the palms, elongate the spine. Create a nice long line from the heels all the way out through the crown of the head. Keep the feet hips width distance apart. And then simply rotate onto the right palm, both heels to the right for Vashisthasana side plank. Lift up through the left hip, left fingertips to the sky, and then exhale, return to your high plank pose. Inhale, Vashisthasana, opposite side. Right arm skyward, right hip skyward. Exhale, breath is high plank. Stay for the breath in and prepare, and then exhale, Ashtangasana, knees down. Tailbone to the sky as we lower the chest, the chin. Inhale, breath for a low cobra. Slide the heart through, legs go long, point the toes. Exhale, forehead down, downward facing dog or child's pose. A few breaths here. Saying hello again to these little moments of stillness. And then from child's pose, downward facing dog if you're not already there. Find breath in down dog. And then with inhale breath, we look to the front of the mat. With an exhale breath, feet to the top, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, heart goes open, back flat. Exhale, fold in deeper. Inhale, rise, mountain pose, and then exhale, hands together at the heart. Breath in, mountain, reach up, belly in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Breath out, step back for a strong high plank. This time, crisscross the left foot over the right. Vashisthasana variation. So the left foot steps behind you, and we exhale back to high plank. Crisscross the right foot over the left. And then right arm to the sky. Vashisthasana variation. We return to high plank. Ashtangasana, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, heart open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full cycles of breath here in down dog. Next breath out, step to the top of your mat and fold. With inhale, half lift. Breath out, fold in deeper. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, mountain, reach up. Breath out, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, high plank pose. Crisscross the left foot over the right again. Vashisthasana variation. This time, option to play with the top leg, left foot to the sky, or a tree pose variation. Any playful side plank here. Just lifting through left hand, left hip, and then return to high plank. Crisscross the right over the left foot, right arm skyward. And on this side too, any playful variation. Strongly rooted through still left hand. Playing with balance, testing your limits, opening up. And then exhale breath returns you to a high plank pose. Ashtangasana, we lower the knees, the chest, the chin. Inhale, Bhujangasana, low cobra lift. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Find breath in downward facing dog. Press length into the spine and take the gaze back between the feet. As we rest here again, embracing the stillness, noticing the heartbeat and the breath, the after effects of the movement in our asana. From the stillness of our downward facing dog, we decide to breathe in and lift the right leg long to the sky. And with exhale breath, we bring the right knee outside the right tricep as we cat pose the spine, press through the hands. From here, right foot steps down, outside right hand. We're in a nice wide, long stance for an active runner's lunge or lizard pose. Both hands planted inside the right foot as we squeeze the right thigh towards the right arm. And holding still here, holding still. If we normally wiggle around in this shape, today stay with intention, stay a little more still and just notice. And then plant, root the back heel, left heel down as we rise up, warrior two. Settle the shoulders, settle the hips. Expand through the arms and the chest. Making adjustments in these shapes with the least amount of movement possible. We exhale, side angle, right arm down, left arm to the sky. And really asking yourself, if you're moving, if you're wiggling, if you're adjusting, do I need to? Am I moving out of habit? Inhale, reverse triangle. So the right leg goes long as we reach up and back. Creating a nice long line here through right side body, left shoulder release. And with exhale breath, Trikonasana triangle pose. So we side bend again, this time with both legs long. Heart open, left palm open, left fingertips reaching up towards the sky. Subtle movement that's necessary and needed. And then inhale, right arm up and back, reverse warrior. We rebend here in the right knee, right hip goes low. And the left arm can simply do nothing, just rest gently on left thigh. Exhale breath, plant the hands, Chaturanga Dandasana. Option is sweep the right leg up and keep it lifted as you shift from high to low. Inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. From the stillness of downward facing dog, we decide to breathe in and lift the left leg long to the sky. With exhale breath, left knee to the outside of left arm as you round the spine. From here, flex the left foot and then plant the left foot outside the left hand, lizard pose. So nice wide long stance. And stay on the palms, keep the right knee lifted, stay active here. And what about holding still, relatively still, no wiggle in the hips, minimal adjustments, mindfully moving only as you need to. Squeeze the left thigh towards left arm. And then we root down the right heel, back heel towards the mat. Inhale, rise for warrior two. Open up through the chest and the arms. Go low and left hip, left knee. And with exhale breath, side angle, left arm towards earth. Right arm towards the sky. Minimal adjustments. Holding space for stillness as much as possible in each pose. Spaciousness with the breath. Stay rooted through the feet. Inhale, reverse triangle. Press the left leg long and straight as we reach up and back. Let the right shoulder, right arm just relax and rest. And then exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana. So if you're someone who's always doing extra with the arms or taking little half binds or adding in fancy variations, what would it feel like just today to keep things simple, to keep the movement minimal, to experience the foundation of every shape, every pose? With inhale, we'll reverse. Left arm up and back, and the right arm just gently resting on the thigh. And then with exhale breath, we spiral it down, plant the hands, chaturanga or a one-leg variation as you shift from high to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Breath out, down dog, or of course, any variation of your own. Check in with down dog here before you lower the knees to the earth and take balasana, child's pose. Let the forehead come all the way down to a rest. And then notice again the shadow of this movement, the heartbeat beating, the breath perhaps a little quicker. And we just let all of that be as we rest here in child's pose. We can sweep the arms back, cup the heels, and be still. Is there any such thing as total stillness? From child's pose, reach the hands to the top of your mat. Inhale, rise up, cow pose, heart open, gaze up. Exhale, tuck toes, cat pose your way to downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, look to the front, lift heels, bend knees, and then come to a forward fold. Breath in, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold again, deep bend the knees. Inhale, chair pose. With breath out, cactus the arms, keep the hips low. Inhale, lengthen the arms, reach up. Exhale, airplane the arms, hips even lower. Hips stay low. As you inhale, reach up again. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. Breath in, reach up. Breath out, airplane arms, hips even lower. And then inhale, hips stay low, reach up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Breath in, long arms, long spine. Exhale, airplane the arms. Hips stay low. Inhale, reach up. Breath out, forward fold. Plant the hands. And then come to Bhagasana, crow pose. And if you have a crow pose, stay for a little bit longer than you usually do. Practice stillness right here in your arm balance. And then controlled on the exit, we flex the feet. Feet come out wide and land Malasana squat. Wiggle out the wrists a little bit after the arm balance. And then bring either fists or the palms together at the center of your heart. Elongate the spine, tailbone to earth, crown of the head to the sky, as we use the elbows to press the thighs open. Plant the hands. Step back, high plank to low. Inhale, upward facing dog. Breath out, downward facing dog. And each time we come back to down dog, we come back to stillness. Check in again with the breath. Allow everything to feel like it's slowing down. With inhale, take right leg long to the sky. This time, exhale, bend the knee, roll the hips open. Breath in, we'll reach back again, square the hips, and then exhale, right knee outside, right elbow. Flex the foot, plant the foot. Take left knee to the earth, and then turn the right knee, right toes out as you use right hand to press the right thigh open. Inner thigh stretch here. Right arm can go to the sky and take a big sweep back to the base of the spine, or sweep that right arm all the way back to grab a hold of your left foot. Quad stretch. Either way, right thigh, right knee open and the heart to the sky. Release. Set up the low body for a warrior two. And then inhale, rise, open up, warrior two. Exhale, breath, side angle. This time from side angle, half moon pose. So look at the earth ahead of the right foot. Step up and into half moon pose with the left side of the body over the right, left hip over the right. Left fingertips to the sky, or get playful here with a little half bind. And then once you find that connection of the hand to the foot, press the hips, the heart open, and work with this concept of stillness, spaciousness in your half moon. From half moon, release the left foot to the back of the mat, warrior two. Inhale, breath, reverse triangle, right leg long and straight. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, breath, reverse warrior, deep bend in right knee again. Exhale, plant the hands, sweep the right leg back, and then right leg comes through for a half pigeon pose. So adjust so the hips and the chest are all square to the front of your space to your mat. And then we'll crawl the arms forward and bring the forehead down to a rest. Finding the stillness here in half pigeon. This is a pose where we love to fidget. What about just staying as you are, working with breath and noticing what arises? What arises in the body, in the breath itself, and especially in the mind. Bring the hands back to the top of your mat. Tuck the back toes. And then tripod down dog, optional chaturanga dandasana to up dog, and we return to downward facing dog. Return to breath awareness. Return to relative stillness. With inhale, left leg goes long to the sky. We bend the knee, we stack the hips. Try to stay level in the hands and the chest. Inhale, we lengthen square hips. And then exhale, left knee to the outside of left arm, left tricep. Flex the left foot, plant the left foot, right knee to earth. So we turn the left toes out as we bring the hand to the inside of left thigh. Press left hip open. Be gentle. Slow movement, slow opening. Left arm can go skyward and find the base of the spine, or reach all the way back to the right foot. Hips still pressing forward and downwards steadily as we open up through left leg. And we'll release, set up the warrior two legs, and then inhale, rise up, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. From side angle, inhale, half moon. So gaze to the earth for stability. Lift right over left hip, right over left shoulder, open up. Option to play with a right hand or right foot bind, hips and heart open. From our half moon pose, we release to a warrior two. Right foot finds the back of the mat. And we settle the hips into warrior two shape. Inhale, breath, reverse triangle, left leg long. Exhale, breath, Trikonasana, left arm towards earth. Inhale, breath, reverse warrior, bend the knee again. Exhale, plant the hands, tripod down dog, and then swing left leg through for half pigeon. Work the right leg back long to level out through the hips. And then heart comes square to the earth. Forehead rest. Invite in spaciousness. Sensing this relationship between space and stillness. Avoid fidgeting or moving out of habit. Of course, if you need to make an adjustment, we adjust, but it comes from a space of intention, purpose. Checking in with that sense of purpose here in the stillness itself. Questioning what the body wants to do. And then bring the hands to the top of the mat. Tuck the back toes. Chaturanga Dandasana to up dog to downward facing dog. Lengthening again in the spine. Lengthening again in the breath here in down dog. With inhale, look to the front, bend the knees. Come to a forward fold. Breath in, half lift. Breath out, fold again. Inhale, chair pose. Deep knee bend, sink into the heels. Exhale, cactus the arms, still in chair. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, airplane arms, hips go lower. Inhale, reach up, hips stay low. Exhale, cactus. Breath in, reach. Exhale, airplane, hips stay low. Inhale, reach. Breath out, forward fold. Crow pose again. This time, situate yourself so there's a little space at the top of your mat. Crow pose again. Squeeze the big toes together and then up, up, up towards the hips. Take the crown of the head towards the earth. As you lower down, we're pressing through the fingertips strongly all the way down. Staying here for a tripod headstand prep, or lifting the hips over the shoulders to begin to lift through the legs. And then option to lift one leg at a time if we'd like that sense of stability, right? A little bit of weight towards the earth. Return to your tripod stance, and then with strength, can we press back out the same way that we came in? Flex the feet and land to your Malasana squat. Wiggle out a little bit through the wrists, circles with the wrists. And then we can take the hands to fists or to prayer hands at the center of our chest. Long spine. Breathing. And we'll plant the hands, move back through high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Breath out, down dog. Take the knees to the earth. Find child's pose. Hands forward or sweep the arms back. And after a more intense movement, what does it feel like to be still right now? What does it feel like to move from that transition from movement to the stillness? Are we still carrying some of that movement with us? Can we let it go? We'll rise up towards seated on the knees. Adjust, bring knees together if you'd like to. And contemplating here as we check in again with the breath. If possible, breathe in and out through the nose still. And avoid filling the space. Simply stay present with the breath. With inhale, sweep the arms up, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, reach forward. Tuck the toes, come to downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, look to the top of the mat. With exhale, breath, forward fold. Breath in, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold in again. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose, and then breath out, hands together at the heart. Tree pose. We're going to begin with the left leg grounded and the right foot lifted. We can place the right foot anywhere to the inside of the left leg. Today we'd particularly like to play with a lotus, half-lotus variation if that's accessible. So the knife edge of the right foot way up there into the hip crease of the left leg. The sole of the right foot to the sky, and then let the knee aim down towards the earth. Some of you might be able to take a little bind of the right arm behind you to grab a hold of the right big toes. Or we just do what we can and reach towards. Holding this tree pose, or this half-lotus variation of tree pose, as we slowly hinge at the hips and forward fold. Eventually, hands will come down towards the earth for stability, and we can release the head. So with the hands at the top of your mat, we keep the legs as they are and come back to our Bakasana, crow pose. Aligning this time the right shin to the back of right tricep and the back of left arm. Lift and squeeze the left foot to the midline. And if you feel secure here, lowering the crown of the head towards the earth. We can stay here hugged in or engage the core to lift the hips above the shoulders. This has the effect of lifting our legs. And then option to try and hold this half-lotus shape as we extend the left leg up and long to the sky. So play with it. See where you might go, and we can exit the same way we entered. And if that's not possible, just bring a leg to the earth, take a seat and unwind. Shake things out. Shake out the hands. And we'll meet again in a forward fold at the top of our mat. Breath in. Half lift, lengthen, reset. Exhale, breath, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, mountain. Exhale, hands together at the center of the chest. Tree pose. So I'm facing you to demo. Of course, you can face the top of your mat still. We root through the right leg, pick up the left. Heart open, shoulders down and back. Any tree pose variation you want to play with. Or take the half-lotus variation. We'll place the knife edge of the left foot to the right hip crease. The sole of the left foot to the sky. Let the knee aim down towards earth. And maybe the left arm can sweep behind you to take a bind to the right arm, or could reach all the way to the left big toe. Can we hold this half-lotus variation as we send the tailbone back and then fold with a long spine, eventually hands planting to the earth. Release the head. Stretch here, hang here for a moment. And then plant the hands, playing with a crow pose variation. Right leg, right foot only squeezing up towards the midline. Or with control, release the crown of your head towards the earth. And then before you lift the legs, just think stacking of the hips over the shoulders. Hips over the shoulders has the effect of lifting the legs. And we can play with right leg only going long to the sky. Perhaps exiting the same way you came in. The exit is sometimes even more challenging. And if that's not possible, we bring a leg to the earth and take a seat. Shake out what you need to shake out. Give yourself that breather. Give yourself a break. And then plant the hands to the top of your mat. And however you'd like to get there, downward facing dog. Perhaps another vinyasa along the way. And from down dog, knees to the earth. Balasana, child's pose, we let go. Sweep the arms back to cup the heels. Option this time to draw the knees in together, knees to touch. And then play with breathing into the back of the heart, lifting the hips, the back of the heart space. A little float of the crown of the head on the earth here as we open up the back body. And then rise up towards seated on the knees. And again, a moment of checking in with this stillness. Noticing all the movement that is present right here, right now, in the heartbeat, in the breath, in the body. And there's always movement in the mind. We don't have to chase it. We don't have to go after it. We don't have to move with it. It's just there. We can let it be. We'll reach the hands back, open up through the heart. Push the heart to the sky with fingertips tented behind you or the palms fully planted. Option to press down through fully planted palms and lift the hips. Drive the knees, the shins, the tops of the feet downward. Keep the chin towards the chest. And then lower down. Swing the legs out long in front of you. Keep a little knee bend. Flex the feet, sweep the arms to the sky, forward fold. Let there be a rounding of the forehead or the nose towards the knees. And you can grab a hold of the soles of the feet or anywhere else. Or at this point in our sequence, it might feel good just to release the elbows and the palms to the earth and to do less, to intentionally do less. The body is moving and stretching itself. It just by being in this shape, even without your effort. We'll slowly rise up. Plant hands behind you again. Place the feet where the knees were. Reverse tabletop. Keep the chin towards the chest as we press, lift the hips, the heart to the sky. And then slow, lower the hips down. Come to the center of your mat and roll all the way back onto the spine. Hug bent knees into the chest, maybe a little wiggle side to side or stillness. Take the arms open, palms to the sky, and then both knees can fall to the right as we twist the chin to the left. Supine twist. Any version of your choosing here, but choose one and stay with it today. Embracing that stillness, simplicity, spaciousness. Working against the tendency to fill the space, to do extra. And then we'll slowly bring knees up through center. And then knees to the left, and the chin can come to the right. Especially as we wind down the practice, give yourself time in these final shapes. We'll bring the knees back to center, happy baby. Grab the knife edge of the feet. Draw thighs towards the earth, soles of the feet up towards the sky. Maybe no wiggle today. Just be still. Relatively still as we open and stretch. And then soles of the feet together, knees together. Give yourself a final hug, a super tight squeeze. Lift the back of the heart, the forehead and the nose to the knees. Inhale, breath, and then exhale to Shavasana. The ultimate practice of stillness. Practicing and preparing the body for the ultimate quiet, the ultimate rest. Corpse pose, dead man's pose, Shavasana. Is the yoga practice one of creating space? Or is it one of revealing space? Or both? If you're at home here, extend the Shavasana for as long as you possibly can. For the sake of the video, we close the practice. We begin to wiggle things around. We sweep the arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch. And then knees into the chest. Roll on over to one side. A little pause here, recognizing the work that you have done today. Recognizing the effort you've made through your practice. Effort in movement, yes, but more importantly today, effort in allowing for some stillness, for some space. And then press yourself back to a seat, any comfortable seat. An excellent time to stay even longer practicing stillness, a seated meditation. Noticing the spaciousness in this post-asana mind, the post-yoga bliss. And practice staying here in that bliss. Notice it. Practice staying. Just be with it. Be present. Present with space in the body itself, in the breath and in the mind. And then before you leave this space, a dedication. We'll take the hands to the heart. Dedicate all that we've learned here today and noticed here today to the benefit of all beings everywhere, ourselves, of course, included. Om Ahum. Thank you so much for joining us here today for this practice, balancing movement and stillness. And for more, visit bajasurfyoga.com.